call me, beat me if you want to reach me. So I'm Kim Possible now. Okay, I ran into my first issue. It's charging, but I don't know how to turn it on. I got it with us. I feel like I'm a grandmother. I also just love how I'm just like, bye. You can watch YouTube on this thing? What? Okay, hi guys. I'm going to explain now my reasoning and my rules and how I'm going to go about switching from an iPhone 11, I think this is, or whatever phone, I don't even know what phone this is, to a flip phone for the summer, why, and my rules. Why? I don't know if a lot of you are spiritual, but I'm spiritual, and somewhere on my spiritual journey I was given a message that I needed to move away from my phone because my phone was what was holding me back from reaching my higher self. Just like this disconnect, and it's this brainwashing that's kind of happened over this generation. Once I started thinking about that, it's been a recent thought, but it hasn't been able to get out of my head. Once I became conscious of it, here's what changed. One, when I was using my phone all the time, I refused to turn on the screen time tracker because I didn't want to know how long I was spending on my phone, which, one, it should be an issue. Like, you should not be afraid to see those numbers. When I did, what I started doing was I capped my social media, so my scrolling through Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and TikTok to 3 hours a day. And I wake up around like 9:30, 10ish, and I was hitting my 3-hour social media cap by 6 p.m. By 6 p.m. it's like you still have hours left in your day. You're still gonna want to go on social media, and that means I've spent 1/4 of my day already just mindlessly scrolling, and I don't remember anything I saw or anything of matter that came across my timeline. So why am I wasting so much of my time being on this, giving my power to Facebook, giving my power to these big Instagram corporations, to these tech corporations, to like just steal my information and make money from me because I'm addicted. And the thing is, like, then I started thinking about it, and I was like, well, one, I have had so many Instagrams, I can't even remember how many of them I've had. I constantly use 4. I've posted every single day on the story of my Finsta for 3 years now, 4 almost, every single day. Only time that I haven't had a phone since the time that I've gotten a phone. My first ever phone I got when I was in 6th grade, so I was 11. I got a little slide out phone until 7th grade when I got an iPhone 4. I've had an iPhone ever since I got the iPhone 4. I've only been separated with my phone either when I've gone to other countries and could only use it when I had Wi-Fi, or when my parents took it, which was like maybe a couple months out of my life. Other than that, I've never willingly stopped using my phone. I broke my phone last summer. It just broke, and I bought a new one within 2 days because it's like you can't not live life without a phone. Like, people think that. And when I started entertaining this idea of like, okay, what do I use a phone for? Why am I using it so much? Is this really healthy? The conclusion I came to was like, in no way, shape, or form is this, and I can't keep doing this to myself because I'm missing out on a piece of life that I want to enjoy. And it's also terrifying when you see toddlers, babies, already knowing how to work a phone, getting their first phones in elementary school. Our brains are going to be permanently changed from this addiction that we are aiding and abiding to because we are under these companies' thumbs. And I already choose not to support like industries that I don't agree with, aka I'm vegan, aka I'm very environmentally conscious, aka I thrift all my clothes, aka a lot of that. And I just can't continue to, put money in the pockets of these white men who are just monetizing my information and stealing it and giving it to other people, and I can't do it anymore. It's making my brain hurt. I started entertaining the idea of it. I was like, I still need a way for people to contact me. I still need to be able to contact people. I want to be social still, but I can't have this FOMO of, oh my god, why am I not at this party? Why didn't I get invited to this party? Oh my god, their vacation looks so nice and I'm stuck in my room. You know, I that's not why I'm on social media. I'm on social media to share the things that I believe in with the people who want to hear what I have to say, and also keep in touch with people who in any other way I wouldn't be able to keep in touch with. That's it. I watched this YouTube video, by the way, it's 111. That's like literally was 12:22 when I went to buy my phone. So angel numbers all around. I know my higher self and my spirit guides are blessed that I finally pulled the trigger. Started watching Harmony Nice's video on YouTube about her journey with giving up her phone. I think that was very informational. We're on the same wavelength. She recommended this book, How to Break Up With Your Phone. I went out and bought 2 days ago, like the day that I watched her video. I went to Barnes & Noble and I bought this book, and I read it yesterday. It's not that big of a book. Like she said in her video, so the second half of this book is a detailed way to break up with your phone without, you know, having to throw it away. I think that's very beneficial to a lot of people, but I'm extra as fuck and also decided that I needed that shit out of my life, so I just went about it my own way, and I'm going cold turkey-ish. I marked some things in this book, and any of my friends who are near me, if you want to borrow this, please feel free, just ask me. But I want to read some things to you. First thing that stood out to me with my bookmarked page was on page 21. Perhaps part of the reason is that Jobs, the man who introduced the iPhone, restricted his own children's access to the company's products. They haven't used it, he said, when the New York Times technology reporter Nick Bilton asked him if his children liked the iPad. We limit how much technology our kids use at home. If Steve Jobs and these huge corporational leaders are the ones limiting their children's access to the products that they're designing and selling to families who are then giving it to their kids without any of these informational, educational context of how addictive these devices are. It's just money in their pocket. They don't care about our well-being, and clearly since they know that information, they're using it to their benefit, but they're just profiting off of what we don't know. And I just think that that's disgusting. On page 27, this one blew me away too. Interestingly, Brown, who was one of the few technological insiders who agreed to speak with 60 Minutes on the record, also created an app called Space. That was meant to encourage people to spend less time on their phones by creating a 12-second delay before opening social media apps. Brown called this a moment of zen. The point was to give people the chance to change their minds. But the App Store initially refused to sell Space. They rejected it from the Apple Store because they told us any app that would encourage people to use other apps or their iPhones less was unacceptable for distribution in the App Store, said Brown. They did not want to give us an out. And then it said a few days after their story aired, the App Store changed their mind, and now Space is accessible on the App Store. This book was super interesting and a super easy read. I highly suggest it to anyone who is considering giving their phone up. Again, like I said, in the back there's a really detailed step-by-step, non-invasive way of giving up your phone and how just to change your relationship with it. I think with the pandemic, for a year, all we had was our phones to connect us with people, which was great, and I'm really glad that we had that accessibility, because I don't think that we would have been able to enjoy our lives as much if we didn't. But I think because of that, we've become comfortable with only communicating over social media / our phones. We've become less comfortable with speaking to people in person / even knowing how to communicate in person. And also there's just this fear of what life after COVID is. I want to break out of that, after life COVID is mine. I can do whatever I want because I don't care what people think and I don't care what people do, because I'm doing what I want. And if you want to be part of that, that's fine. Call me and we can do it together. But you're not going to catch a Snapchat from me any hours of the day. You know what I mean? I'm not going to scroll on TikTok for 2 hours as soon as I wake up like I did this morning. That's another reason why I need just it away from me, because I lack the self-control. If you have the self-control, good for you, great for you, but I lack the self-control. With this, I'm going to be posting on social media less, but my grand plan for the summer is I'm going to be posting on YouTube a lot more, vlogging my daily life, because I'm going to be documenting my summer on this camera and film camera / digital photo. I'm not going to have my phone to take pictures, and I'm not going to have Snapchat memories to save them. So I'm excited because I think YouTube is something that I've moved away from because I've been more comfortable posting on TikTok and Instagram and these things that disappear after 24 hours, where YouTube is somewhat of an art form, you know. There's preparation and there's editing and there's fun that goes into it. It's something that I used to love to do, and constantly I'm like, oh, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to do that. Well, I'm gonna have all the fucking time in the world this summer here in my hometown until September, until I move back to New York City, and I want to see how this changes me. I want to see how this perspective, you know, this new perspective on life works, what I do with my time. I'm excited. I also know that there's gonna be times in my life where I can't use my phone, so it's better to break the addiction now. Like I said, I've been plugged in. I mean, before I had my phone, I had iPod touches and a tablet, so like I've been plugged in since 8, 9. I'm 19 now, so it's been 10 years. I'm just worried for these kids now. Like, these kids now, like, they're not even gonna have those 10 years of development. They don't go outside and play, you know? Your inner child is something that a lot of people need to work on and fix, and I think that this distraction, being able to cope by distracting ourselves, is hurting us more than we're realizing. I've been taking a lot of notes that I plan on doing, things that I want out of this, ideas of what I should do when I get bored, because I know I'm gonna get bored. Well, next, let's go over the rules. I can use my phone for GPS when I'm driving. I can use my phone for music when I'm driving, and I'm limited to 1 hour a day on social media. I'm gonna put screen caps, like time caps, on. I'm deleting the rest of my apps. I'm gonna change my phone screens to like black, so I don't like want it. It's gonna be turned off most of the day. I'm gonna turn off my iMessaging on both my iPad and my computer, because I'm gonna use both my iPad and my computer, but like social medias aren't downloaded on my iPad. It's like Procreate and journaling and GoodNotes, you know, like. And other than that, it's just setting up my actual flip phone and getting my number out to people. Or if you would like to hang out with me at any point this summer, shoot me a DM, a text on my old phone if you have that number too, I guess. And I'll give you my new phone number. Feel free to call me. I get 25 cents a minute calls on this thing, so maybe hopefully keep them a little bit brief to save me some coin. I'm not inaccessible, I'm not inaccessible, I'm just accessible in a new way, and that is a flip phone, because I'm busy living my life without distraction. We're gonna get this puppy set up. This phone was $24. Look at this. I never even had a flip phone. Like, I was too old for flip phones. It's like, this is my first time ever owning a flip phone, and I'm 19 years old, and it's 2021. Welcome to summer 2021. Let's see how it goes. Tune in here on my YouTube channel to see how the rest of my summer goes, and my social medias are all JillerH02. I plan on posting some of my film pictures or other photos along the way. Again, I'm on social media for an hour a day, but only an hour, so if you need to contact me, call me. Hope I inspired some of you guys to do this. Keep an eye out for new content. I have a lot of ideas, so I'm hoping that this new free time gives me the time to also do that. So I love you guys. I'm really glad to be back. I hope to stay back, and I look forward to sharing my summer with you guys. Guys, editing Jillian here. I just wanted to throw in a quick disclaimer. I actually started a Patreon. It's patreon.com/JillerH02, and it's also linked in the bio. If you want to support me a little bit extra, it's $5 a month. I'll post all content that can't or hasn't been updated to YouTube, and it's 18 plus, because there's some other 18 plus ideas that I have going on there, but go ahead and check it out. I think there's going to be some cool exclusive content on there, and yeah, if you want to support me a little bit more, again, it's $5 a month. Check it out down below. All right, it's been a pleasure. Bye guys.